Hey guys, welcome to today's tutorial. So we'll be learning how to cover a ready-made bra cup with a fabric. So if this is what you will be interested in, if this is what you'd like to learn, let's get right into the video. So our material is folded into two, and we're going to fold again as if we want to cut a flame. So for smaller boobs, you can go ahead to use 4. For medium size, you can use 5, and for extra large, you can use 6 and the half. So another means is you can take your measurements just like so, and then you go ahead to mark exactly what you have on your cup. So even when it looks like it's excess, you see that by the sides it will be exactly what you are looking for. So you're just going to go ahead to mark the measurement that you took. You're just going to mark it just like so. So the tutorial that the markings I used there was for an extra large, but later I worked with a medium sized cup, but we're just still going to flow with it. So you're just going to cut out just like so, and this is what it's looking like. It's looking like a flay that isn't open. So you're just going to close just like so, and by the sides you're just going to come in by 1.5 inch by the side. So the aim of this is to give the cup a structure. We cannot cover it like this, so we need to rip off the middle part open, and then we're just going to close just like so, and then mark the midpoint just like so, so we'll know how to connect. So we're just going to connect one end to the other and the other end to the other just like so, and then we're just going to rip that off. So by the time we join this cup together to form one cup, we're going to have a very good structure. So this is one part of the cup that we've cut out. So the next thing we're going to do is to place it on another material just like so, and then we're going to cut out again. And mind you, this is how you're going to cut. After when you cut this, now we have two cups for the both side, and then you use it again to place on your lining, or if you're using the same fabrics, you're just going to place on it again just like so. So automatically you're going to have 8 piece. It's 4, but each of the piece standing alone will be 8. I don't know if you understand. So we're just going to rip out just like so, and then we're going to join the sides like I said earlier, to form our cup. So you can see how it's looking. So we'll join two together, then two together again to form one cup each. I hope you understand. So now this is what it's looking like after I joined them together, and you're going to give it a proper press, open the inside and then the outer part again with your sewing you're just going to iron like that, and you see how it is. So the next we're going to do is to introduce our cup inside. So you can see how it's looking by the sides. You can see that the sides are equally even, like you can see how it is, and it's looking like we have excess at the top. And one of the rule in covering a ready-made cup with a fabric is it's better to have an excess than not having material that will be enough, because automatically you have wasted the material that you used. So the next thing we're going to do is to pin round the cup. So before you pin round the cup, you can just evenly align, where you joined together. You can just decide how you want your mark to be, if you want it to be slant, if you want it to be straight, whichever way you want it to be. So you're just going to use your pin to pin around, and please, when you're pinning around, you just drag your material a bit. I don't know if you understand. So it's not going to have this bulginess around, it's not going to um have any gallop or something. You're just going to drag the material straight, like you drag it even when the material is not stretchy, like you're just going to drag all the sides together and pin. And you can see that there is no excess. If there is an excess, you see one side folding, so you can see how it is. So the next thing we're going to do is to just rip out the excess. Like I said, it's better to have an excess than it not being enough. So the next thing we're going to do is to stitch the downside of the cup. So this is what it looks like after stitching. So we're just going to rip out a little bit again. So now you can see that I actually did not stitch on the top, because the 3/4 of an inch that is left at the top, we're going to use it to turn our lining. So our lining is being introduced, and we're going to face the right side facing each other. So inside the cup, it's also going to have the right side. I don't know if you understand. So you're not going to sew on top of the cup just as I did for the down, but you're going to sew just on the 3/4 of an inch. So we're still pinning again as we did, and please stretch it while pinning. So now we're just going to sew on top of the 3/4 of an inch. So you see how it is just on top of there. You're just going to sew on it just like so. So this is how it's looking after. You can see where my line is. My line is not on the cup, but on the lining. Not on the cup, but on the lining. And when sewing, you can go ahead and add your hemming gum, to sew together with it. That way works perfectly fine. So now, if you want to top stitch, you can go ahead at this point to top stitch, but I actually did not top stitch. But I prefer working with hemming gum. Like when you're sewing, you just sew together, so by the time you iron, it will slip properly. So you can see how it is. So the next thing, you're just going to push in a little bit so your boobs can have something to rest on. The next thing we're going to do is to stitch down just as we did for the top part, and you can see how it's looking neatly finished and not something that is really difficult to work with. So if you're looking for a means to cover your ready to make cup, this is how you're just going to do it. For people who would want to make English tops that has a ready to make up, and you're just thinking you don't want to use lining, this is an easy way you can just work on it. So you just give it a very good press, and you can see how everything came together beautifully. So assuming like you used your hemming gum to run on it, it will just lap. Even now it lapped very well. So thank you guys for watching. Bye for now.